In this video we are going to talk about the chocolate and wine for dessert. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. In order to prevent the wine from tasting bitter or sour when paired with desserts, the common guideline is that the wine should be sweeter than the food. This also applies to wine and chocolate. There are a few exceptions, though. For instance, high-cacao chocolates occasionally go well with young, mature, dry red wines. Even the fruit, vanilla, and chocolate tastes of such wines can be enhanced by dark and bittersweet chocolates, which have just the right amount of sugar to taste neutral rather than sweet. It can be challenging to compare these two favorites. Some claim that wine and chocolate don't go together, but we respectfully disagree. If you know how to combine the correct wine with the right sort of chocolate, you can bring out the best flavors in each, making this combo delightfully ideal. And if you believe that the only thing more delicious than a fantastic chocolate dessert is a glass of fine wine, we believe you'll discover that those chocolatey pleasures taste even better when paired with wine. Here are 5 suggestions to help you pair wine with chocolate in a way that will be enjoyable for both. The bitterness of chocolate is inherent. Because of the increased cacao content and lower levels of sweetness, chocolate with a deeper color has a more bitter flavor. Remember that any chocolate with more than 80% cacao will have a harsh flavor that will compete with wine when you choose chocolates to match with it. Instead, choose a more sedate chocolate to eat with your wine, such as milk chocolate or even white chocolate. Instead of cacao solids, white chocolate is formed of cocoa butter, sugar, milk solids, and occasionally vanilla, giving it a pale tint and a gentle, creamy flavor. Because chocolate is naturally bitter, choosing a wine with minimal tannins is essential. Darker chocolates will conflict with high tannin wines because tannins bring forth bitterness, making the match unpleasant. The astringent, bitter substances in wine known as tannins are what cause your mouth to get dry after a sip. Big red wines like Cabernet Sauvignon or Barolo usually include them. Change your Cabernet, which has a lot of tannins, for a wine with less tannin, like Pinot Noir or Valpolicella Ripasso. You can alternatively choose a wine that has fewer tannins and won't compete with the bitterness of the chocolate, such as a white wine or a sweet dessert wine. The most secure choice when you want to enjoy a wine match is milk chocolate. It is more likely to go well with your beverage of choice because of its higher milk, sugar, and sugar content and lower cacao level. A medium-bodied red wine, such as an Australian or Californian Pinot Noir, is suggested as a match. The wines from both warmer regions have lovely ripe fruit aromas that go perfectly with this medium-intensity chocolate. The creamiest and smoothest type of chocolate is white chocolate. Prosecco is a fun, bubbly beverage to pair with it. You can also choose a sweeter rose, such as pink Moscato or Sangiovese rose. Try the Martini and Amp, Rossi Prosecco or the 2020 Barnard Griffin Rose of Sangiovese. White chocolate and your favorite dessert wine, which is sweeter than your regular dinner wine and rich with the tastes of dried fruits like apricot and peach, make for another enjoyable pairing. White chocolate's delicate flavor contrasts beautifully with the robust flavor of a dessert wine. Although dark chocolate is the healthiest option, pairing it with wine can be challenging. More cacao is utilized to make chocolate that is darker, and that more cacao has a bitter flavor by nature. We advise staying under 80% cacao if you decide to choose dark chocolate. Any darker than that, especially when accompanied by wine, and the bitterness is not enjoyable. It's crucial to keep in mind that large flavor goes well with big flavor when looking for a nice wine to go with your dark chocolate. Consider pairing your robust dark chocolate with a robust red wine like a Valpolicella Ripasso, Merlot, or Zinfandel from a warm environment. These wines complement the flavor intensity of your chocolate without enhancing the bitterness because they have rich fruit and less tannin. Consider sipping on 2015 Lapistole Cuvée Alexander Merlot or 2018 Campagnola Valpolicella Ripasso Classico Superior. Although Madeira frequently gets overshadowed by its more well-known fortified wine competitors, this bottle will have you wanting more. This Madeira, as its name implies, is made from wines that have aged for at least 10 years, and much longer in some cases, before being released in oak barrels. The end product is a full-bodied, rich wine that is jam-packed with concentrated flavors of caramel, sugared walnuts, and dried figs. Try it with apple walnut cake, creme brulee, or milk chocolate. Can't get enough of Tuscany in general? Then this delightful, well-balanced bottle of Vin Santo is the ideal choice for a wine and chocolate combo. Vin Santo wines are made from fruit that has been allowed to dry out before being vinified, causing the grapes to raisin, thereby allowing their sugars to concentrate. Trebbiano and Malvasia from the Castelnuovo Berardenga commune, which is situated on the southern edge of the Chianti Classico region, were used to make the majority of this lovely bottle. A gentle and well-balanced finish is followed by flavors of tinned peaches, tropical fruit, dried apricots, and honey. Try it with pecan pie, biscotti, or dark chocolate. Dark or bittersweet chocolates require a wine with a bigger body, robust scents, and intense flavors, sketching with bold fruit and possibly its own touch of local chocolatey nuances because they have a higher cacao content. By definition, dark chocolate comprises a minimum of 35% cocoa solids. With their rich fruit, vivacious spice, and frequently greater alcohol content, Zinfandels have a long history of handling dark chocolate treats superbly. As an illustration, Lodi, a well-known wine-producing area in California, places a great value on Zinfandel and chocolate pairings during their yearly wine and chocolate weekends. Darker chocolate themes are a natural match for Cabernet Sauvignon's robust structure and full-bodied profile, which frequently display luscious black fruit and noticeably pronounced tannin. For dark chocolate with a cocoa content of roughly 55%, you should also think about a Pinot Noir or a Merlot. The ideal wine and dark chocolate match may be the southern French fortified drink Banyuls. Grenache grapes' rich, complex aromas frequently accompanied by distinct chocolate undertones reflect the mouthfeel of dark chocolate, creating an unrivaled pairing synergy. Try a tawny or vintage port in addition to the fortified themes to provide a well-balanced, complementary character to a dark chocolate dish or truffle. Picking up a couple bars of Green and Black's premium chocolate is an excellent place to start if you're looking for a quick and affordable do-it-yourself method to experiment with wine and chocolate combinations. You can learn hands-on which wines go best with which chocolate pairings by using a mix and match method to discover your own unique palate preferences. 8 bars of Green and Black's chocolate were broken open, along with a few bottles of wine, so we could put each bar through a series of wine pairings to discover which ones worked best. This is just the beginning. The possibilities are practically endless when you start mixing vintages, producers, and other factors with the more than a dozen chocolate bars produced by Green and Black's. Individual palates are unique to each person, thus a wine and chocolate pairing that pleases one palate may not do so for another. Wine and chocolate frequently have a sizable fan following in common, but that doesn't mean their flavors are always compatible. The balance and flawless synergy of a well-paired union can be found in exceptional wine and chocolate pairings, though, if you're willing to be flexible and indulge in some delectable experimenting. The smooth personality and cocoa butter components of milk chocolate, a creamy chocolate mousse, or a cheesecake with chocolate accents go well with the rich, red fruit and frequently lighter body and silky tannins of a Pinot Noir or a medium-bodied Merlot. The light texture and integrated milk chocolate flavor tend to go well with Riesling, Muscat, or the range of renowned dessert wines. For a complementary drink to strawberries coated in milk chocolate, think of champagne or sparkling wine. The robust fruit notes and chocolate nuances stand out especially well thanks to the crisp acidity and fusion of bubbles. When in doubt, pick a traditional style. Ruby Port is an obvious choice for matching with a variety of milk and dark chocolate options because of its rich textures, fresh fruit components, hints of chocolate, and sweet flavor profile. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.